that is muddy. Muddy. Holy moly, it's muddy. Woo, it's muddy. This thing? It's gonna go right there.
Cockadoodle Crew! Cockadoodle Crew! Cockadoodle Crew! So, we're gonna do some garden planting. Let's see here. We got some equipment. Okay. I got the camera on. I put the camera on. So we're gonna make some walking paths so we can walk in the dirt. Let's see. Daddy, how will we make walking paths?
With straw.
Oh.
With straw. This thing's top heavy. It doesn't like to stay in place. It wants to tip over all the time. So I gotta anchor it down. This is my tomato trellis I made last year. And it worked all right. The tomatoes really didn't grow that well last year for some reason, but the trellis would have worked fine. So anyway, we're gonna put it back up and see if we can get it to work better this year. Right, Joella?
Yeah.
But this rain we've been getting, I'm standing in mucky mud out here, and so we're going to try some different things tonight on our garden and try to get something put in. I got all these plants that need to be put in, and it's really muddy, but we're going to try to make it work. So anyway, thanks for checking in with the Cockadoodle Crew, and we're going to try to finally get our garden in. Right, Joella?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I can hardly even stand in this mud. It's sinking down to China.
Down to China?
Wow.
No.
Stay out of my garden, girlfriend.
Oh, that's another.
All right there, well now you see what we're starting out here with. We're so muddy in the garden tonight. And we got all these plants we want to get in the ground if possible. And it's just kind of a wet and cold and cool spring, so we missed our best days. And now we're gonna have to find a way to make it work. So I went ahead and used this bale of straw that I have sitting out there, and we're just gonna make some walking paths so we can access this mud and reach out and plant some tomatoes and hopefully not end up completely covered in mud by the time we're done. Right, Joella? So our potatoes that have been growing have been covered again in straw recently. They're really going well, but we're going to continue adding more straw to them. Here's our turnips and radishes, and they're well overplanted. I had 3 packets of seeds in this one little spot, but actually we just pulled some out, and because we can kind of thin them down. And here, let me see if I can get a hold of them. So there's one of our turnips. There's some little radishes, and there's a nice big radish.
It's a root.
Yeah, nice root there. So those are going to be all right, and just kind of taking you along for the ride. We got a chicken hanging out with us, and we're gonna come in here and put pathways in and then fill in between the pathways. So a lot of work tonight, and hopefully we get somewhere with it, and hopefully we have something to show you when we're done. Thanks for checking in with the Cockadoodle Crew. All right, got a wicked looking tool here today, and I left the tag on it. It's got a little bit of dirt, but it's basically brand new. We're gonna give this thing a shot as a first review tonight. So anyway, this is the Garden Weasel Multi-Use Transplanter, and I picked this up at Home Base store there in Ottawa. And anyway, Garden Weasel brand. It's a pretty robust tool here. Got some markings for depth on there in inches and centimeters. You can see it's kind of got this wicked blade affair here. Anyway, we're gonna plant some tomatoes and peppers with it, tell you what we think of it. I've had some plastic little hand shovels before that usually aren't really that fun to use, or you know, that work super well, so I thought I'd try this. This is more expensive than those things. It's about 12 bucks, I think, and the other ones are 3 or 6. And anyway, here we got some girls coming in, and they want to say, what's this thing called?
A tool? I don't know.
A tool? We don't know what it is, do we?
I don't.
It's kind of weird looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna give this a shot and plant a couple actually tomato plants here with it. We're gonna plant some tomatoes.
And peppers.
Well, we will. And we're gonna do a couple here for you, see how it works. All right, here we got some tomatoes that came from some friends of ours that raised them, and they're ready to get in the ground. So we're gonna pop a hole in here and see what happens. There we go, right.
What do you do? Oh, it's cool. Yeah.
This is just mud. Oh, we're digging in the mud.
I want to help. I want to help. Hey, can I put one in?
Okay.
Can I put one in too?
Yeah, I got 2 to do. Okay, we're gonna keep that with it. Okay, can you throw put it down in this hole?
Eliza's. Here's Eliza's. I got Eliza's.
Okay, here's the hole. This is like so muddy. Oh my goodness, it's muddy. Yuck. Okay, drop it down in. Nice.
I'll put the stick in.
Yep, that's plenty. Just a little bit in each hole. Okay, I'm gonna go right here.
Got 2 holes. Got 2 holes.
Oh, right there. All right, so you can see we got all kinds of craziness going on out here. But this thing's working pretty good. This is so muddy and not ideal conditions. Anyway, we're just sticking it down in there and kind of wiggling around, and you pull up or kind of twist a little bit, and it's making a hole that's just right for these seedlings that we're dropping in. So far so good. Feels tough. I like the little angle on it. That gives you some leverage down underground. And the little twist action does something. First I was trying to scoop like a shovel, and that really didn't seem necessary to remove the material. It's just kind of pushing it back side to side, front and back, and with a little twist it's making a hole that's just big enough to drop that plant in. And then okay, thank you. and then just pack in the dirt back around. So anyway, so far so good. It's a muddy mess, but I got helpers. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll keep her going here. Okay.
You do this one first. I got it! It's on up. So, the first hole is this one. That's her on this one. This one. These are big. Fill it.
All right, well, I've had regular just plastic shovels doing this job before. Another method I've used is spraying a high pressure water hose down into the ground, and that'll make a hole. Works pretty good, but this wasn't bad. If you're already down on your hands and knees anyway, and you're just gonna kind of stick it down in and work it around and twist a little bit. And if you have some helpers, and if you have some helpers to fill in the thing, it's making things pretty quick. So I suppose if you're on a budget, then you may want to go for the cheap stuff. But if you're doing a lot of gardening and gonna do it year after year, this looks like an item that would probably last you. And what else? What do you want to say about it, Joella?
I don't know what it is.
Oh, you don't know what it is?
Mm-mm.
Well, what do we do with it?
It's a shovel!
Okay, it's a shovel. Well, we didn't do much shoveling with it, but we did make a hole in the ground, and it worked okay for that. So anyway, that's the Garden Weasel Multi-Use Transplanter.
We had to turn it off. It only has one battery.
Okay, turn it off for now.
Turn it off. We got enough video. Potatoes.
All right, guys, well, we had a fun night out here. It's turned out really nice tonight, and we've got several of our vegetables in some what?
Dirt!
In some dirt. Yeah. We've got tomatoes in, we've got peppers in, we've got squash and zucchini put in. We still have more to go. At least we've got something in. This has been a real muddy mess, and as you can see, I got a lot of straw out there behind me, making straw paths across the mud so that we don't have to be completely head to toe covered in mud by the time we're done. But anyway, it's working out good, and we're a little bit late, but not too bad. It's not even really warm out yet this spring, so I have a feeling it's going to start warming up soon, and all this moisture in the ground, everything's going to grow really good for us. So anyway, just catching you up on our Cockadoodle Crew. Right, Joella?
Yeah.